with at least, is that Kyna's Yumiko is more reserved to use specifically, and playing around that. But we're going to be getting the Teros now, and this is kind of what we've been seeing success on. Not quite the Roman Reigns crossover, but still Teros nonetheless.
Absolutely. Good. Good response to that high defense of Kaya.
Yeah.
Being able to chip away at that a little easier. Might have a little trouble being able to get in there around that high speed. But we will see what happens here as Kyna switches over to the hammer and trying to get something running here. Ooh.
Yeah, Laura's starting off great so far. Kyna getting, you know, the little 1 and 2 hits that he'll get on the hammer, but it really just takes a couple of those downlights into the siders to really, you know, punch in those stocks. So Loras has to play very carefully here now as you are close in damage, but not close in strength. That Teros side air is going to KO so fast.
No, you get those big swings, the Sares, the side lights off of those Teros weapons. You can literally watch the color change up on the stock count. That is going to go and confirm that first stock off of Lores. But he has a Kyna right where he wants him and has him in knockout range. Going to go ahead and answer back right there with the unarmed. It didn't even need the spear. We were all tied up going to stock number 2.
It's good for Loras to keep, you know, the stocks even. Of course, you want to keep the stocks even. You want to create a lead even. I may be so bold to say, but it's important that Loras doesn't give that extra credit to Kyna, because as you were saying, it's kind of like when you're mixing paint and you put a little bit too much black and you get dark, really dark colors. That's exactly what Kyna does in damage. Like every single 1 or 2 hits just does so much damage versus Loras, who's now getting put in that kind of blender where you're just getting hit by these sidelights and they do so much damage each hit.
Very nice. You're trying to find a way back up on stage. The Scoop will go ahead and get it done. Ooh, nice dodge, staying out of the way of that side air. Gonna find a way back on stage. He thought he was good just to catch a D-Light. Gonna send him up. Wanted to step in for that weapon. Kyna went ahead and read the dodge and racked up a couple more hits on top of it. This is looking really good for Kyna right now.
And kind of playing very disciplined, not pulling the, not committing to the neutral light too early, right? I mean, you don't want to give that away, because as soon as you whiff that move, Loras is able to run in and grab that weapon, and that's exactly what Kyna does, where you'll see other Teros players use that neutral light a lot to try to get those KOs. Kyna's calm and patient and say, I'll find it in my movement. I won't find it by hitting the button a lot. Absolutely.
We're seeing him chase him here in neutral. Looking, okay, caught him with the neutral. Loras, though, gonna try and get some punishment on it.
Yeah.
Kyna coming back up on stage, looking for the axe, has it in hand. Oh.
Nice open up there.
Yeah. It's a good amount of damage just in those 2 little attacks right there. Come back down the stage with the down air. Laura is going to get the better of it, though, sending a Kyna up to that top left corner, 45-degree angle. And everybody is now on those final stocks. Who is going to take game number 1, PJ?
I mean, the closest we've been seeing in PR, I think. So it's going to be very, very contended. I think we're going the distance. I say it a lot, but, I mean, this has the writings of a Game 5 for sure. Kyna with a big juggle. State has Laura's unarmed, but gets a gravity cancel downlight into the Nair on the unarmed, and it's working out so far for Loras, who has found a lot of success on this bow, on the ground and catching Kyna's landings. If you can keep Kyna off the ground when he's on hammer, you're going to find a lot of success, and Loras knows that, and Kyna finding that hammer neutral light to send off stage, now switches back to the axe and looks to find that big last hit to tap this one in. The downlight's not enough to KO yet.
Third D-Light, almost. The 4th D-Light will get it done. Yes. It kind of wasn't going to knock him out any other way.
Yeah, exactly.
It was going to be a D-Light off a caught landing, and that goes ahead and confirms a game number 1 for Kyna. 2 more puts him back up on top.
Pretty back and forth, though, like all things considered. Kyna had a slight lead beginning. Loras lands and immediately takes that KO to bring it back to last 2 stocks and then last stock. But yeah, that's the 4th downlight there, and just continuing that juggle. And as you said, he wouldn't have taken the stock.
No.
He went all in on those juggles for sure.
And he had a little bit of health to work with at it on top of it. But here we go. Loras is going to get that first weapon drop. Going to start in on the bow. Kind of just trying to get out of the way of it. Get over there, pick up that weapon. There we go. Axe in hand. See what Kyna's answer is going to be for just the Loras show at the beginning here. And one more light attack, and it's all evened up after everything that Loras did.
Yeah. As much as bow is a good damage building weapon, as you know, there's a lot of string weapons that are good at doing that. Axe is one of those things where it's like, I just got to hit you 1 or 2 times. So it's kind of like the difference where it's like, it's either, you know, death by many hits or death by 1 big one. And so far it's been working out for Kyna on the axe.
Nice catch from Loras. That was very, very clutch. Going to go ahead and take the lead here at the beginning of game number 2. Takes the weapon drop, trying to get Kyna off of it. No, but he is going to be able to get that hammer drop. looking for the stomps, trying to set up a knockout. Stomp Sarah will most certainly get it done. He dropped it twice, bro. There it is. Third time is, in fact, the charm. Gonna send Alores out of there. And just like game number 1, PJ, we are all tied up going into the second stock.
A funny quirk is that when you hit that very far out hitbox of the downlight on Hammer, even if you whip the side air, a lot of characters aren't in position to punish you for it.
You're still out of the way.
You're still fine. Like, even if you whiff it, you continue that situation, and Kyna got the better of that one, but that's going to be Laura getting the better with that bow down air, and now Kyna on their last stock.
That was a huge stock, bro. That was big. We took 10 seconds to talk about a point. Look up, and Lores has a full stock lead.
It's a slippery slope versus the. It's a slippery slope.
Falls away so fast, PJ.
It all slips away so fast, slow. I'm telling you, man, the Kaya, the slickness of the ice for sure.
The slickness of the ice, I like that. Kyna, though, continuing to try and crawl his way back here, but Lores seems very locked in on stomping out this final stock from Kyna.
Nice movement there from Kyna. That's the classic Hammer sidelight that then conditions for the axe, which taps it in with the side air, and all of a sudden, it all slips away so quickly, and we are down to a last stock situation here at game 2.
Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna see both these players, I'm sure, be a little more conservative here in this final stock. Kyna obviously desperately wants to be up 2 games going into game number 3. It looked like he didn't have much of a chance of getting it done, but when you calculate in the power of that Taros, he is bringing himself back here. Lores being very careful, staying out of the range of that hammer. No. Oh, that could have been very dangerous for Lores, but also could have been a very good bait to get Kyna off stage. Oh, a lot of dancing, a lot of dodging here.
There it
Caught him,
is.
and there it is. We are, in fact, going to be all tied up going into game number 3. I knew I had the tingles that this was going to be a great top 3, and so far, Kyna and Lores are dealing that to us in absolute spades.
I mean, it can't be understated how important it is for Kaya to have SIGs that are able to KO on bow specifically, and finding a lot of success in the SIG. That's a great one there. That's exactly kind of the range of what they want to do a side or downlight on, but instead of getting a string that doesn't lead to a KO, it's a KO SIG. It's a perfect synergy for the Kaya, and a great pick for Lores as we get into game number 3, back on the same stage nonetheless, but Kyna had life there. I mean, it was down 2 stocks to 1. Kyna was looking real bad, and then, came right back into it. So this is going to be close. I definitely think this is a game 5.
Yeah, this is a very, very important game, though, in this set. No matter which way it goes, which player is going to be able to take that advantage, take that momentum. Everybody knows they have at least one more game to play after this. It's all about putting yourself in that best position to going into game number 4. And we're already seeing just a slower tempo between these 2 players, being a little more afraid, a little more respectful when it comes to those engagements. Kind of, though, stomping his way just all the way off the side of the stage there. Lores is going to wrap that up with a Sair. Double Sair is going to confirm. Kyna, first one to fall.
I mean, Lores is finding so much success, not only on the bow to build up the damage, but the spear, which is contending with the range that kind of tends to get the better of, that kind of poke and continue to just get those 1-2 hits. The spear is contending well, and it's exactly what you need, the energy you need to bring into this game number 3 as Lores looks to extend that lead. Kyna gets a neutral light offstage with the axe, and now the Hammer online looks to tap that one in, drops the downlight into side air. We saw it all, just a jump getting lost in the transaction. And
it's so unfortunate because he needs us knockout so bad to watch him drop that. But he was able to go ahead and get another opportunity to go ahead and confirm that without taking too much extra damage. And now he just needs to continue to drive in on Lores, and now he just needs to get that damage deficit back. And that is a really good start on the stop from Lores to get this job done.
Nice little catch there with that down light to catch the wall hang on the side of Lores. Kyna continuing to rack on that extra damage. No matter how big of a lead you have, it's never over versus Kyna. It all slips away so fast. Guys,
both these guys here in a neutral. Lores using that Sair to have a really good opportunity to get back up on stage, dropping himself into a good position to go ahead and rack up some more damage. Kind of, though, looking, trying to get that stomp going off stage. Couldn't quite find it. It's a dicey situation for both these players here. Stomp Sair, I can't believe that didn't knock out. Lores not going to have the options. That dare's going to take it. No, that one did. Ooh, I thought he touched there, but it did not give it to him. Kyna is going to get that stock. See what he can do here before Lores is going to be able to confirm it on him.
It's cool to see Kyna tapping in those edge guards, and speaking of tapping it in, gets the downlight into the gravity cancel, neutral unarmed, and that's going to be a great way to start off this last stock situation as we are back and the closest it can be in this game number 3.
It really is. Kyna getting caught on his landing. Wrong direction on the stomp.
Just open up there, and they're trading those 1-2 hits, but I feel like Laura's getting a little bit more from it.
Do you really want to trade hit for hit with Teros, though?
Definitely not.
It's a rough situation to be in. Is Lores, though, getting a really good job on that edge guard, kind of stomping in the wrong direction. Again, thought Lores was going to take that route over top of and try and catch him.
Every time you get popped up, you're going to be at the risk of getting hit with those nairs on the hammer. Kyna getting some good damage there, but Laura's getting a side light, gets the neutral light to unarm Kyna, who's in a tough spot right now in that deep red damage. Goes for a Sig, but gets punished with a Sig, and that's going to be the Lores Kaya taking game number 3. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. This is looking really nice. We may have, PJ and I may have made some little, private predictions between ourselves during break. And I'm feeling pretty good about it right now. That was a really good turnaround from what we saw. Lores able to confirm those 2 in a row. That's got to put him in a really good headspace going into a game number 4 here. I thought we might see a drips change, something try and mix it up, but no, we're going to stick to what we have this whole set. We're not even going to get a map swap. Can Lores confirm it here, or is Kyna going to take us into a game at number 5? The story's always building here in Brawlhalla Esports.
We'll see Lores on the bow once again, Kyna on the hammer. I mean, this is the pinnacle of what they're going to bring to the table.
Yeah.
And I think right now Laura is bringing the bow in a big way and finding a way to just completely nullify the hammer. Just never, it feels like Lores is never in a spot where it's like Kyna can just run away with it because you made a mistake. He's just so solid. As I say that, going a little bit too deep with that down air, and Kyna with a good spot there. Lores gets back to the stage and continues to work on those side lights on the bow. Big weapon for building up that damage, and it's really showing here.
One thing we've noticed, we watch Kyna all afternoon. I mean, it has been predominantly the hammer that he's relied on, and it's almost like Lores is forcing him to, okay, this hammer's not working, but we might be able to get some with the axe. That dare is going to go ahead and be enough right on top of the head of Lores, is going to send him down. I really thought that first stock was going to go to Lores, but it did not work out that way.
Yeah, those small mistakes, I mean, it was a big mistake there, but those mistakes where you overextend, just allow your leads to slip away so quickly. I mean, I keep saying it, but it's what's happening. I mean, gets the ground pound there with the spear, and that's going to even up the stock count. And thankfully for Laura, is not too much extra credit for the side of Kyna.
But I mean, you get into this premier region, where it PR1, PR3. I mean, it's almost like at this point, when you get to this skill level, games are won by mistakes.
Yeah.
It's all about punishing those slight little mistakes that your opponent's going to make and turning that into victories. Lores, though, great movement, great momentum onto this bow. Oh, perfect.
So much damage is being built up right now. The sidelight connections, the Sig connections, and now Lores putting Kyna on their tournament stock here at game number 4. We're in elimination side, so it's over for Kyna if they cannot force this game 5 situation. Lores with a big open up on the bow, cycles back to another one. Kyna on the unarmed looking to contend with Lores. It's not working for him. The spear comes online for Lores, who's continuing to weapon starve Kyna. Kyna finally finding that tried and true hammer as that downlight into Cider comes in a big way.
Lores needs more off the stock if he wants to be really comfortable going into this final one. Oh, great patience for both these players. They both know it's on the line here.
Yeah.
So being so cautious about starting any light attacks even. Kyna going to go ahead and get the scoop, going to go and finish that stock off. He is in, we'll call that yellow-orange. Oh my goodness, can he extend this to a game? I'm so afraid to make any predictions, say anything, because I don't want to jinx anybody at this point.
Yeah.
Lores doing a really good job catching those juggles.
Can't take too many more of those if you're Kyna there. The Sig is what we're looking for if you're Lores, but Kyna looking for that big open up, but a whiff comes in, and Lores takes it over Kyna to move on into grand finals. I cannot believe it.
Wow, okay. I wanted to see the matchup. I wanted, I mentioned that we were talking about during break. I wanted to see the Use Lores matchup. We already, I mean, we're getting ready to go into the Royale. We've seen, a little bit so far.